You're probably asking yourself, who in their right mind goes to Joshua Tree in July? Well, the answer is me and my husband. We go because we decided we've driven past Joshua Tree so many times headed back to Southern California that we have to be able to go take a look at it just to, be able to see what we're really missing out on. And to be honest, were we missing out on a lot? Probably not. But you know what? At least we could say that we did it. We were really excited to just get out into the town and just take a look at everything they've got. We did a little shopping when we first got there. And here's a little preview of our Airbnb. I am so excited with how some of these images turned out. I just really wanted to capture the essence of the desert seclusion and the peacefulness that you really felt when you were staying there. There was just the perfect amount of amenities and everything was so clean and organized. It honestly couldn't have been better. After getting all settled into the Airbnb, my husband and I decided to take a little drive into Pioneer Town. It is pretty well known in Joshua Tree, and it is not too far outside of the main area of Joshua Tree. There was this gorgeous tree right outside of the saloon, and I got my point and shoot out and captured a couple images with flash, and I love how they turned out. We woke up the next morning and started off at Joshua Tree Coffee. They told us that they recently remodeled their storefront, so it was a real treat getting to experience that. They've got some great outdoor seating, even though it's a little warm for that, and we headed over to Joshua Tree National Park. Since it was so hot outside, I do have to say I was rather nervous driving through the park just because we didn't have a lot of water in our car, or our gas tank was at half full, and I personally didn't know how far it was from one end of the park to the other, but thankfully there were so many cars driving through the national park that I knew that we were probably in good company. So while you guys know I am an amateur photographer and I might not be able to share a lot about the image that I captured, but I can tell you about the images that I liked. And personally, getting to pick out the Joshua trees that just really stood out to me was a lot of fun. And these rocks right here were actually just the perfect little photo spot for not only myself, but there was a woman who was, I believe, German with her family, and she was climbing up this rock, and I captured her right as she sat down, and I just really love that image. So I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to snap that. And we just kind of drove all the way from the west entrance to the north entrance, and I really wanted to make it to Skull Rock, which is this rock obviously that looks like a skull. And I didn't capture a film photo of it, but I did get some video of it, and it was really close to where you stood to and my lens wasn't wide enough, but no worries, I got a couple really great landscape shots. We ended the night going to the Copper Room, which is located right next to the Yucca Valley Airport, and this is an amazing little spot to go. It's quite hidden, but the views of the mountains are absolutely incredible. You can get drinks and dinner, and on Sunday nights it's actually jazz night, so here's a little preview of what that was like. The next morning we woke up and it was the 3rd, I believe, Monday, and I had to work, but my husband brought me some breakfast and coffee in bed, and after I was off work, we decided to make the drive down to Palm Springs. I've been visiting Palm Springs since I was little. Growing up in Southern California, it was rather close to us, and we first visited the Elvis Presley estate. We did think this was his honeymoon house, but it wasn't. It was his second home in Palm Springs, and we actually also got to visit the set of Don't Worry Darling. I was fangirling just a little bit, but I'm so glad that I got to go and see it. We drove around and got some dinner, viewed a couple more homes, and then headed back, and this last photo is probably my favorite from the entire trip. I hope you guys really enjoyed this vlog as much as I enjoyed making it, and stay tuned for more.